Daniel Carlson. Vegas won the toss. They defer. Byron Pringle back to return it for Kansas City.
A little different atmosphere this time around other than last year when nobody was in here.
0. We were here. Tremendous game. Nobody in the stadium. From the 2. Pringle to run it back. And he gets it back out to about the 23-yard line. And we take a look at the Kansas City offense.
Patrick Mahomes II, Texas Tech University.
Darrell Williams, LSU.
Tyreek Hill, Pearson Community Technical College.
McCole Hartman, Georgia.
Josh Gordon, Lamar High School.
Travis Kelce, Cleveland Heights, Ohio.
Orlando Brown, Oklahoma.
Joe Tooney, NC State.
Creed Humphrey, Oklahoma.
Trey Smith, Tennessee. Andrew Wiley, Eastern Michigan.
Totally new offensive line from the one that ended last season. They start with Darrell Williams on the ground up to the 27-yard line. So for Mahomes, who's had obviously 3 great seasons, a little different this year. 20 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. That pass rating is about the league average for a man who's been a regular season MVP and a Super Bowl MVP. Second down, 5. Kelce sets up in the slot to the left. And the handoff. Once again, Williams and Raiders are right there to stack them up behind the line of scrimmage. And let's take a look at that Vegas D.
Max Crosby, Eastern Michigan.
Jonathan Hankins, The Ohio State University.
Quentin Jefferson, Swissvale Golden Flashes.
Unique Ngakwe, Maryland.
Corey Littleton, Washington.
Denzel Perryman, the U.
Brandon Faison, Virginia Tech.
Jonathan Abram, Trustmark Bank.
Trayvon Merrick, TCU.
Casey Hayward, Vanderbilt.
Nate Hobbs, Illinois.
The rookie Hobbs doing a nice job to this point. 3rd down and 5. McKinnon's the 3rd down back, and they flip it to him, but a whistle before the play. And you've got Bill Vinovich, our referee tonight.
False start. Offense number 57. 5-yard penalty. Still 3rd down.
It's on Orlando Brown. Maybe the crowd has something to do with it. I mean, last year nobody was here. Travis Kelce was saying to us last night, I felt last year I was in a museum.
Yeah, one of those tours, you know, you wear the headset and the whole thing. But so far we've seen Kansas City come out and be patient. That's what they're trying to do. That's what they want to do. Ran the ball a couple times, and now they're looking at 3rd and 10 plus.
Still minus Clyde Edwards-Helaire, their #1 running back. Hope to have him back next week. 3rd and 10. Mahomes bringing McKinnon into the backfield. 4-man rush. Mahomes under pressure, flips it up to the 25-yard line, and that's McKinnon. He's going to get wrapped up at the 28, and that is an opening. 3 and out for Kansas City.
Did you see that?
I thought it was left-handed.
I thought he threw it left-handed too. He gets turned around in the pocket, and the only way he can deliver this ball is with his left hand, so let the show begin here. But at least so far, the Raiders doing what they were hoping to do, which is to get that offense off the field. And once again, the questions continue.
Mahomes has done it before. Here's Tommy Townsend. His boot. Fair catch called for, made by Hunter Renfrow at the 30. And here's the Raiders offense.
Derek Carr, Fresno State.
Josh Jacobs, Alabama.
Zay Jones, East Carolina.
Brian Edwards, South Carolina.
Hunter Renfrow, Clemson.
Darren Waller, North Cobb High School.
Colton Miller, UCLA.
John Simpson, Fort Dorchester High School.
Andre James, UCLA.
Alex Leatherwood, Alabama.
Brandon Parker, North Carolina A&T.
Leatherwood, their #1 pick out of Alabama. So here's Carr having a good year, but coming off his worst game of the season. Josh Jacobs is the running back, and here he goes for a gain of about 3. Reed makes the tackle. Carr in his 8th season now out of Fresno State. 13 TDs, 7 picks. Rating is a little above the league average, but until last week, last week was a problem for him, obviously, with a couple of interceptions. Christian, that fumble at the end of the game.
Yeah, but it's the one time we've seen them this year where they did turn it over like that. So you would expect a bounce back game.
Jacobs back into the backfield on 2nd down and 7. Jacobs takes the flip, chased by Jones and company. Comes up a little bit short of the 1st down. Hitchens makes the stop, and here is the Chiefs defense.
Mike Dana, Michigan. Chris Jones, Houston High School.
Jaron Reed, Alabama.
Frank Clark, Michigan.
Willie Gay Jr., Starkville High School.
Anthony Hitchens,
Bolton, Missouri.
Charberius Mooney Man Ward, Macomb, Mississippi.
Juan Thornhill, Virginia. Tyron Matthews, LSU.
Jarius Sneed, Louisiana Tech.
3rd down and 1 now. Alex Ingold comes in, the fullback, number 45. Jacobs is the running back. Little flip to Jacobs here. Gets around the corner to the yard line. He goes. Frank Clark makes the tackle of 1st down for Las Vegas.
Wouldn't be surprised at all if this weren't a audible at the line of scrimmage here, because once you see everybody condensed down inside, pretty easy block on the outside here for Colton Miller to be able to lock up the edge and get out and around. So good start here for the Raiders.
Now they bring Kenyon Drake into the backfield. The number 2 running back picks up a couple up to the 47. Derek Nottie, 91. Makes the tackle. The Kansas City defense getting a little better, but still it's been a problem all season long. Steve Spagnuolo, 3rd season as their defensive coordinator. Greg Olson calling plays. Gruden, of course, called the plays when he was the head coach. Olson here is the offensive coordinator. He takes over the play calling when Bisaccia got elevated to head coach. 2nd down and 7 now from the 47. Carr out of the pocket, gets the fullback. Ingold takes it into Kansas City territory. Nick Bolton, good-looking rookie out of Missouri, having a good year. 3rd down and 2.
We just never know where we're going to see Chris Jones lined up. He has been playing back inside, but going against Colton Miller, who unquestionably is the best of these Raiders offensive linemen. Slips and falls on that one. So never really sure. That we saw Jones lining up outside. He's been moving back more inside here lately. So we'll keep an eye on him tonight. Back inside now.
Renfro is the motion man. 3rd and 2. Carr over the middle, caught, and it's going to be a little bit short of the 1st down. Jacobs makes the stop. Sneed is right there, and so the first decision now for Bisaccia and company. He is signaling a 1st down order to go for. He wants it, number 1, to be measured, and Vinovich will bring out the chains. Give him a pretty good spot on that.
Well, Jacobs does put the ball back in his left hand, which took it away from that 1st down line. Really good tackle there by L'Jarius Sneed, but I would imagine you're going to see the Raiders going for it regardless here.
This is where we need Paul McGuire. He was like 100% on this stuff.
Let's call him.
All right, let's call him up. What do you think? All right, about 10 links shy. Of course, the crowd, every crowd wants their team to go for it. Olsen sending the play. Spagnuolo calling in the defense. 4th and inches.
They kicked a lot of short field goals last week, 325. So I think they're going to open this up here.
So you've got Marcus Mariota in the game as well as Carr. You got the 2 quarterbacks. Mariota is 8. Carr in the huddle right now. The crowd's sensing that.
And when they did it last week, they ran an option play with Mariota.
So Mariota will take the snap, and Carr splits wide to the right. And then Waller gets into the slot on the right side. So Mariota takes the snap, and you get a whistle before the snap. They look a little discombobulated before that thing started.
Yeah, they definitely jumped early.
Ball start. Offense number 70. 5-yard penalty. Still 4th down.
Alex Leatherwood. A lot of gesticulating going on and all that. So now in comes the punt group.
Yeah, Leatherwood, their first overall draft pick, was playing right tackle, moved inside, but you can tell moved just a tad early, trying to make a block that probably was inconsequential anyway on the play.
A.J. Cole leads the league in gross punting average, 52's third in net. You got Mike Hughes back there, and he will make the grab on a fair catch at the 11th. Southern Nevada, beautiful weekend here. Joiners jumping as it normally does on weekends.
Special thanks to all our vets out there.
Absolutely. Veterans Day last Thursday. Kansas City second possession here, beginning from the 11-yard line. Over the middle, that's caught, and that is the big tight end, Travis Kelce, to the 18. He goes. Denzel Perryman, among the league leaders in tackles, tops on this team, makes the stop, 2nd and 3.
Yeah, interesting there, Al, because the Raiders really are not one of those cover 2 teams, and that's been sort of the bugaboo for this Chiefs offense, and yet there they were on first down playing a cover 2.
Now they go single high on a 2nd down and 3. Swing out the pass to Williams, and he'll get shoved out of bounds by Hobbs after he picks up the first down. First is the blitz in 18 since he became a starter. That rating is terrific, best in the league. 38 TDs, 3 picks. So Chris, what are they doing? They're not blitzing him anymore.
Seems like a good idea, doesn't it? 13% blitz rate. That is the lowest of any quarterback in the NFL, and with good reason. Nobody wants to deal with number 10 Tyreek Hill or Kelce one-on-one.
Eric Gore is now the running back. Made his debut a couple of weeks ago in the Monday night game against the Giants. He takes it out to the 28-yard line. Gain of about 5, 2nd down and 5.
There's Andy Reid. This offense has been in slumps before, but you know, last week, if you went back and watched it, it really was a lot of drop passes and just misplays that had nothing to do with what the defense was doing as much as the fact that they just weren't making plays we're used to seeing them make.
2nd down and 5. Mahomes, he's going to go deep down the sideline for Hill, and it's incomplete. You can see the official just about reaching for the flag and then saying no. It's Brandon Faison covering on the play. 3rd down and 5.
Yeah, they showed the cover 2 look, but then it ended up one-on-one. But Al, I have to tell you, this kid Brandon Faison has made an impression on me. He's not one of those guys top of the list. You go, oh man, he's going to be all pro. And is he down on the back end here? But he has been playing great football for them. He really has. He's been a surprise.
First year here after 3 years with the Chargers. So 3rd down and 5. You go to points per game. 31 points per game in their first 6 games. Last 3, and they won 2 of those. 12. Right down near the bottom of the league in that category.
It's going to be interesting to see what Andy Reid does now, because Desmond Trufant will come in for Faison. If they were going to go after Faison, they're going to go after Trufant, who's a veteran in this league, but did not back off of taking the shots. But here you definitely want to convert. This is Travis Kelce time for the most part, unless he gets doubled. We'll take a look.
Yeah, Trufant's been in the league 9 years, 7 of those with Atlanta. 3rd down and 5. They reposition Hill to the left side. Mahomes fires. That'll be caught. And there's your tight end again. Kelce for a first down. Jonathan Abram making the tackle with 6.5 to go in the quarter.
Yeah, they opened that up because they motioned Hill across the formation, so they put the corner out wide, and it just created some space inside for Kelce. Really well designed that time by Andy Reid.
12-yard gain. Mahomes has started 4 of his first 5. Running back is Williams. Play action. It'll flip to Williams. Into Raider territory. Bouncing off Raiders. Breaking tackles to the 39-yard line. He goes. Gain of 22.
On the outside, we have one of the more interesting matchups. Max Crosby, who leads the league in pressures, going against his old college teammate, Andrew Wiley, who really is the third-string tackle now for the Kansas City Chiefs. Injuries to Mike Remmers and Lucas Niang. And what do? You take some pressure off of him right away with a screen pass.
Wiley and Crosby teammates at Eastern Michigan. Take a little razzle-dazzle, and that opens it up once again for Kelsey, tackled by Trufant. So Kelsey, hot first quarter, he's already caught 3 for 37 yards.
Now they line up Kelsey here in the backfield and then going to sneak him out. Basically, you want to get him lost in there, and you can see it's exactly what happened. The inside linebacker that time turned and ran with his back turn, and that was a little trotter-ish. Hide that ball. Where is it? And there you go, Travis.
Drive started back at the 11-yard line. To the outside they go. Hill breaks a tackle, stays in bounds, and is close to a first down. Broke away from Hobbs. And we'll see where they spot it, as the Chiefs, who are so used to chunk plays, have had very few this year. But a long drive here, will it pay off at the end? It'll be 2nd down and 2.
But this kind of feels like the Chiefs offense, doesn't it? And remember, they did this in the game a week ago as well. The opening drive looked great. Last drive looked great. It was all the in-between drives that they really struggled with.
Yeah, nothing. Took all they had to beat Green Bay without Aaron Rodgers, 13-7. Williams fights his way to the 10. If they give him a decent spot, that'll move the sticks. If they don't, it'll be 3rd and inches, and they are taking a look.
Solomon Thomas, one of the top draft picks, the San Francisco 49ers, coming over here now to the Raiders and getting off and making that play against Joe Tooney, who's just been one of the great guards in the game, long time with New England.
Solomon at one point the overall number 3 pick in the draft. Now taking it under center and picking up the first down is Blake Bell, who's your number 2 tight end. So he was in motion, stops under center, and picks up the first down.
Yeah, Bell was a one-time quarterback at Oklahoma, so that certainly is a guy that is used to taking a center snap, although at Oklahoma, I don't know, maybe it was all shotgun, but see the motion. We're seeing this a little bit more and more around the league. Get a big guy instead of running Mahomes in there. Remember, it was Mahomes who got hurt on a play just like that, so why risk it?
Bill did that earlier in the season against Cleveland in a game they won. First down and goal now. Mahomes to the end zone. Touchdown, Tyreek Hill. 11 plays, 89 yards. Hill had a monster night last year in this game. Touchdown here.
Yeah, Trufant's really going to overreact to this one because he's got some help inside. He just flies in there, and you can see the help inside that he could have had. But, man, once you get going fast one way, nobody in this league is going to turn around as fast as Tyreek Hill.
So Faison went out, and in came Trufant, and they go to work on him. Harrison Butker for the point after. And with 2:51 remaining in the opening frame in Las Vegas. Kansas City, Allegiant Stadium, south end of the strip. Raiders' 2nd year in the desert. Back deep, Jalen Richard. Butker to send it down to him. Richard to run it back from about the 3 and brings it back to the 25-yard line. So before the game, the great Raider and Packer defensive back Charles Woodson got his ring from Dave Baker, the retiring major domo of the Hall of Fame. The crowd loved it. He gave a very inspirational speech. That is a great bust. I mean, look at that. Perfect. Meanwhile, you got front row on the right, Ron Wolf, the great general manager with Oakland and with Green Bay. Art Shell here tonight. The Mad Stork, Ted Hendricks, a lot of Hall of Famers. As the pass is caught by Waller, the tight end picks up 4. Matthew making the stop outside.
Yeah, it was actually interesting listening to Travis Kelce talk about how interested he was in watching Tyrann Mathieu play against Darren Waller. He said, I know how tough it is to go against Tyrann Mathieu during training camp and whatever. And everybody knows Darren Waller, one of the top tight ends in the game right now.
We're good. 3 tight ends in right now for the Raiders. Keep it on the ground, looking for some room, finding very little. Is Josh Jacobs setting up 3rd and short.
Yeah, for all the big plays that they've made on the offensive side, when you talk to Steve Spagnuolo, the defensive coordinator of the Chiefs, and there's Rich Bisaccia, his big concern really was Josh Jacobs. He thought that Josh Jacobs in that running game and his running style was the thing that he was most concerned about.
Jalen Richard is the 3rd down back here. Raiders trying to get more of the running game going. And now you got action before the snap. Parker and Leatherworth on the right side. Vinovich will signal them.
Offense number 75. 5-yard penalty. Still 3rd down.
It's on Parker.
Well, and ordinarily right now, this is where you would see blitzes out of the Kansas City Chiefs when they get you backed up. One of the things that happened to the Chiefs defense, though, in those games a season ago was that Derek Carr got them on some big plays in blitz situations. And so it's going to be interesting to see just how much Spagnuolo wants to blitz.
Number 1 on the right is Deshaun Jackson, who was just signed after he was let go by the Rams. He's going deep downfield. It's checked down instead, and this is Jalen Richard to the 30-yard line, so the crowd did not like that. Ladarius Sneed makes the tackle, and after Kansas City's long drive, the Raiders go 3 and out.
Yeah, they went up and flashed like they were going to blitz, but they didn't and backed away from it, and they were willing to take the check down, and it worked.
Hardman goes back to take the punt off the foot of A.J. Cole. Gross average better than 52 yards per kick.
Well, they got some kind of trick or something.
At the 10-yard line, Mike Hughes had gone back there after we saw Hardman, and Hughes up to the 49-yard line, and the ball is loose at midfield. Of course, each team signals they have it, and they're going to signal that Kansas City retains possession. So KC, while you were gone, possession was given to the Raiders for recovering the fumble. Originally it was signaled that Kansas City had recovered, but indeed it was Foster Moreau, and you'll see it here fairly clearly. Number 87 comes in, and he'll be the man at the bottom of the pile.
Let's give A.J. Cole a little credit, the punter, for making the play.
Now it's interesting because this can be reversed by the eye in the sky to save a challenge. In the old days, like 20 minutes ago, you would have had to challenge. Originally, Vegas would have had a challenge, but it saves them a challenge because they get it right from upstairs. So now at the 50-yard line, the Raiders take over there in the waning seconds of the quarter. Carr fires, caught, and then it's Brian Edwards fighting his way, still on his feet, and finally stopped at the 23-yard line. Gain of 28.
Man, that was some shot that time by Derek Carr. He loaded up and threw a bullet on that one.
And that should take us, even though Carr comes up to the line of scrimmage quickly, to the end of the first quarter. After 15 minutes, it's Kansas City 7 and Las Vegas points in his starts, highest for a quarterback with one team in NFL history. So here's a guy, they normally give up 26 points a game on average. He's got to get 28.
definitely has his hands full, but they really felt like, and Derek felt like, that a season ago they established the fact that, hey, this isn't just an automatic 2 wins when the Chiefs play the Raiders anymore. They got them once in their place and came very close to doubling up when they came back here.
Just to be official, 27 would do it too. First down, Hunter Renfro taken down at the 19. We go to Michelle.
Well, the Raiders have the ball, but they lost their fullback, Alec Ingold, on that punt return where the possession changed, etc. You're going to see it here. And it's always tough to see a guy go into the tent and come out crying. There you see grabbing his knee, and he was carted off. A few guys came over to give him well wishes.
That is a significant loss. Second down and 7. Carr is going to keep it and slides at the 19-yard line.
But now this is really significant now for this Raiders offense and Greg Olsen, because they were so bad a week ago against the Giants in the red zone. And if you want to make some plays against the Kansas City Chiefs, I think at least the one spot you may want to try and hit is something up the seam. You've got big weapons with Waller. You've got the ability to try and go stretch it. Let's see if they try and work some vertical here on this 3rd and fairly long.
3rd down 6. Carr looked up at the play clock, snaps it at 2, hangs in the pocket, throws, flag is thrown for interference. Fenton with the coverage on the play, and Brian Edwards was held. Snead blitzed that time from the outside.
Pass interference. Defense number 27. Ball we placed in the spot of the foul. Automatic first down.
Yeah, amazing. They came after him. A 0 blitz. Everybody coming after the quarterback, and even Darren Waller was just left in the block on that play. So that was the shot, and it worked out great that time for Bisaccia squad.
Spot of the foul was the 5, 1st and goal. Deshaun Jackson back in the game, number 1. Swinging to the outside is Jacobs, and he cannot get around the corner. It's a loss there. L'Jarius Snead, 2nd year in the league, off to a good start in his career. Red zone, that's the problem last week at the Meadowlands. They were in there 6 times inside the 20, 1 touchdown.
I'll tell you, L'Jarius Snead just keeps making plays for the Kansas City Chiefs, whether it be in coverage or making tackles on the edge. He really has become their best.
Second and goal, play action, floats one, caught in the end zone. Hunter Renfro with a touchdown. Got position on Trevarius Ward, and the Raiders an extra point away from tying the game.
He is one of the most ridiculous route runners I think I have ever seen. Amazing, all the moves. Count how many moves here he does against Ward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Falls down, gets up. He just has the ability to create something new almost every single week for defenders to try and figure out. What a red zone weapon he has become.
Daniel Carlson right down the middle. A couple of minutes into the 2nd quarter. Locked up at 7. 7. A couple of minutes into the 2nd quarter. Carlson to kick off. Pringle is back there and lets it down. And we're at the halfway mark from the 25. Mahomes reaching for it, making the grab there is Darrell Williams. You know, you talked about some of the problems you thought they had. The turnovers are gigantic. You turn it over 19 times in half a season, you're in trouble.
Yeah, and 9 of the 10 interceptions that Mahomes has thrown really have been from when he's held on to the ball too long. So in other words, when he's throwing in rhythm, good things are happening to this offense. He's been fantastic scrambling and making plays in his career, but this year, because of those deep safeties, those plays have really gone the other way on the Kansas City Chiefs.
And that's why most of the defenses have been lining up against him. 2nd and 3, and a big hole exploited all the way out to the 45 of Las Vegas behind a block by Noah Gray, number 83. The Springer for 22, Darrell Williams.
Yeah, and this is what we've been seeing them have success with the last couple of weeks. Some of these counter plays and lead blocks by the tight ends and the pulling guards. That really has been very effective, in part, I think, because of the fact that Orlando Brown over there on that left side, it gives him a chance to block down and make a play. I have no idea what we just saw.
I don't either.
He just walked across. Quentin Jefferson just walked across the line, looked like he threw a spoon off the field or something. What was that? I've never seen this. There we go. Hold on. Just hold on a minute. And don't snap the ball. Look. What is that?
Scissors? I don't know what it was, but it might have been scissors. First down. Mahomes. Kelsey. Spinning his way, fighting his way, bullying his way to the 34-yard line. So a big start for Kelsey tonight. 4 grabs for 50 yards already.
See, this is fantastic because this is just help on the outside against Max Crosby. And then all of a sudden it breaks down and just turn around, right? And sometimes just getting the ball to Kelsey or Hill in space and letting him go, and it allows him to get some grass in his helmet and make some runs, and that's good football right there. You ended up getting the block and the big play.
I mean, we're inside. You've got a roof here, but they roll the grass in from the outside, just like they do in Glendale, Arizona. Got Darrell Williams here. Heavy load already tonight for a couple. 2nd down.
You're bedazzled by the grass and how they roll it all in. We've been talking about this all week.
What's amazing is they played a college game here yesterday. University of Nevada, Las Vegas against Hawaii. And it's on artificial turf. And here it is. Little time lapse here of what they did. They took the artificial turf out, rolled the grass in overnight. Crazy. And here we are. And that's why you have some junk on the field, which Jefferson took care of. 2nd down and 9. And again, it's Kelsey. And look at him roam to the 21-yard line. Max Crosby makes the tackle. And that's a first down.
Yeah, this has been their best play so far. They don't want to put too much pressure on Andrew Wiley, the right tackle, who is the 3rd string guy out there. So what do? Let's put Kelsey, give him a little help. There you go, block, turn around. That's been their best play so far. I tell you, Kelsey just eats up the Raiders, doesn't he?
Absolutely, and he's doing it again tonight. Already 62 yards receiving. There he is since 18. 7th game since then, 724 yards, most by a player against one team. Mahomes, good protection, deep, nobody home. 2nd down.
Yeah, I think that may have been one of those option routes where Kelsey has the ability to go deep, or if he doesn't like it, break it off. And sometimes at that decision point, you have to decide. There's a guy that has to decide a few things as well. That's Coach Bradley, who was with the Chargers for a long time, brought his entire staff over here to the Raiders, and he had good success when he was with the Chargers playing against the Chiefs. Obviously the same division.
Brought a lot of new players with him as well. 2nd down and 10. Mahomes 11 of 13. Throws into a lot of traffic there, and Williams can't get out of that mix. And Ngakoue put the pressure on that time. He's had a good year. It'll be 3rd and 11.
Yeah, and here's some of that 2-deep safety look that we've been talking about. Everybody seems to be playing this now against the Kansas City Chiefs. So what are they doing? They're answering with a lot of screen passes and a lot of stuff underneath. But here they go. They get them to a 3rd down and 10+, and now it's up to the Raiders to make a play.
3rd and 11. Mahomes out of the pocket and incomplete. Intended for DeMarcus Robinson. Raiders stiffen. Kansas City will have to settle for a Butker field goal attempt.
A little man coverage on the outside to complement the two safeties deep here. And when Patrick Mahomes came out to the left, I thought he had a chance to run this, because anytime you look at that two-man situation, everybody with their back turned, a lot of times the quarterbacks will take off. He tried the pass, didn't work.
40-yard attempt. Harrison Butker boots it through with 8.5 to go.
Remember that I was there.
Where'd you go?
Germany. We went to 3 different Army or Air Force bases every day. We spent a lot of time on a bus and had just a great time. It's amazing. And they're such football fans. I mean, and they watched. They knew exactly what was going on in the league.
Everybody I've ever talked to comes back, says what a terrific trip.
No, it was fun. It really was. Would highly recommend it to any NFL player.
Start at the 25. We go to Michelle.
Well, it was Bob Hope who made the USO Entertainment Tours famous. Remember, he brought guests like Santa and Rosie Greer to visit the troops overseas. And Chris mentioned since then more than 250 NFL players, coaches, and others, including the Cowboys cheerleaders, have taken part in tours in 26 countries. Our own Drew Brees has made visits. Von Miller and Peyton Manning were just 2 of the many who spent time with the troops. Some 97,000 troops have had the chance to spend time with these NFL players and coaches over the years.
Yeah, Michelle, great tradition.
We're good, we're good.
Yep. Running back here is Kenyon Drake,
kill.
former Dolphin and Cardinal. First year here. Here's Drake. Big hole. Drake gain of 12. Thornhill makes the tackle. Gain of 12, first down.
Yeah, you heard Derek Carr's line of scrimmage. Kill. He wanted to get to this run play, the inside zone, bring the tight end across the formation, kick out, and there you go. Nice run by Kenyon Drake. Just sometimes if the back makes a mistake on that, it's going too fast, and that always sounds weird to a football fan, but you have to live with a little bit of movement up front.
Now, Foster Moreau is the fullback. Drake, we talked about Ingold getting hurt back in the locker room, so he would normally be in that set, but they have to go to the tight end Moreau as the fullback.
Yeah, a lot of changes up front. Alex Leatherwood moving into that guard position, but he is a powerhouse. Had some struggles at right tackle with the pass blocking, though.
Quick count here. Look out! What a pop by Melvin Ingram. The longtime Charger, started this season in Pittsburgh and then came here a couple of weeks ago.
Well, you would never think that Ingram, with all 3 of these guys outside of him, would be able to get through that maze there, but watch the hit. Just comes over. I think that he really has a chance to be a difference maker on this defense, in part because what it does to Chris Jones, giving him the opportunity to go back inside. Big hit.
3rd down and 9. And Carr's going to get sacked at the 30-yard line. Jaron Reed, number 90, coming in for the sack. His first of the year.
Yeah, they were flashing a lot of different blitz looks up there. John Simpson is the guy he's going to be going against. Gets his hand right underneath the face mask. You ain't cheating, you ain't trying. There you go. Worked.
Only 13 sacks this season for Kansas City, second fewest in the league. And that is partially blocked and takes a good Raider bounce. So they made a lot of something out of nothing. Byron Pringle got his hand on it, but still it winds up as a punt with all of the bounces. There's 42 yards. Not terrible. Stadium, which will host the Pro Bowl the week before the Super Bowl. Capacity here 65,000. Meanwhile, there was an unsportsmanlike penalty against the Raiders because Dylan Stoner, here he is, he ran out of bounds. He didn't make a straight line back. He will stay out of bounds. And that's called unsportsmanlike conduct. It doesn't count as a first count. Meanwhile, you got Derek Gore, who's going to get up to the 45-yard line, but it does count, cost him 15 yards.
Well, and you saw that he started to come right back on the field, but then when he made a move while still out of bounds to avoid contact, that's when the personal foul came into play.
Work there on Nixon on the sideline. Ball is at the 45-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 7.
Still have not heard from Josh Gordon on this offense.
No. Off suspended receiver, trying to find a home here, but he's rarely been targeted over the last month or so. And that is knocked away at the line of scrimmage to make a 3rd down and 7.
Cleveland Ferrell there with a play.
We think.
Let's take a look at Ferrell on the outside. It's the double team block and able to get a hand up on it. He's the one that really has been out of the lineup because Yannick Ngakoue has become the guy here, the leading sacker.
Ferrell there, 1st round draft choice 3 years ago. 3rd down and 7. Mahomes slides to his left. Kelsey to the 39-yard line. Man, oh man, when in trouble, who else do you go to? You go to number 87, who has already caught 6 now for 78 yards.
Yeah, and anytime you get a tight end going against a cornerback, you're going to get a wrestling match. Watch Kelsey here is just going to take Faison and just throw him out of the way. Here's contact, get off of me, a little stiff arm, and let's go play ball. This is Chiefs Raiders. Raiders.
You promised not to do that. 39-yard line. Mahomes over the middle. This time it is Hardman. And Hardman off to the races. Inside the 15-yard line. Nicole Hardman tackled by Jonathan Abram. Gain of 27 on that play.
Yeah, and Hardman is really one of those guys that everybody keeps waiting, right? He has the same almost kind of speed that Tyreek Hill does, and yet he never really has become that guy here. We thought that maybe he would become the next in line and the next Hill. They are trying to get him a little more involved with some jet sweeps. He's good running after the catch, but not yet.
Little flip here. Tyreek Hill coming around the left side, around the corner, staying in bounds, but not for long. Short pickup. 2nd down and 8. Who do they like in the red zone?
Well, you know who it is. Number 87. Time after time after time down here because he is so clever, you know, and I think we saw a little bit out of Tyreek Hill as well. But, you know, they're just a mountain of routes, you know, but defenses aren't stupid, right? I mean, they know what's going on over there. They're going to have plenty of attention that way as well. So they come out, stretch the defense, and now he has a little more space to operate.
Looking in that direction, but throws underneath. And Williams will pick up a hard yard or so. Tackled by Corey Littleton. And that'll be 3rd down and 5. 3 minutes to go to the half.
Yeah, big time. You know, you forget the Raiders have just been beaten up by the Chiefs for so long. And they really, this is their chance. They're in their place. They have a chance now to take first place by themselves. And here are the Chiefs one more time down here knocking on the door. They need a hold.
Yeah, Chiefs have dominated pretty much over the last 3 decades in this rivalry. 3rd down and 5. And the flag is thrown. Bill Vinovich. Been a fairly quiet night for him to this point.
Boy, centers are tricky people.
Encroachment. Defense number 92. Half the distance to the goal. Still 3rd down.
So what do? As centers, you want to do everything to make that nose tackle think you're about to snap the ball. Right? Look at his legs, dead straight, and then squat back down. I mean, they've got 1,000 different versions of the same thing, but it worked that time and makes it a little easier here.
That's the rookie center, Creed Humphrey, who's done a great job this year. Rookie out of Oklahoma, in fact, Pro Football Focus has him ranked #1 among centers.
He has had some year for a rookie.
Left-handed snapper, doesn't seem to bother Mahomes.
He has a quick punch right after that snap, too.
So 3rd and 1. Michael Burton comes in as the fullback, then they move him outside. Bunch 3 receivers to the right. Keep it on the ground, and Williams will take it for what appears to be a first down. Very, very close. Officials coming in. Maybe it's a little bit short, which is going to put him in a situation where it's going to be 4th down and inches. And they can decide, and they're going to get a couple of extra minutes to think about it, because we have come to the 2-minute warning. That much time left in the opening half in Las Vegas does here.
I think you absolutely go for it here because you have all 3 timeouts. Even if you don't pick it up, you have them backed up. You can use the timeouts to get the football back. It just puts a lot of pressure on the Raiders regardless. Either you score a touchdown or they're in a hole.
And with the Kansas City offense, albeit not what it used to be, at least to this point, but no surprise they go for it. And they give it to Williams, and Williams will work his way for a first down. Needed inches, got a yard, and now it's a 1st and goal. And Bisaccia is calling for the timeout.
Yeah, back-to-back times now. They're going to ride these rookies over here on the right side. Creed Humphrey, the center, Trey Smith. That's where they believe their real power is, and good finish that time by Darrell Williams.
Bring in an extra lineman here who is eligible, as Nick Allegretti will come in on the next play. So Rich Bisaccia thinking about, okay, I got to save my timeouts, try to get the ball back. They did, Las Vegas, win the toss at the beginning, so they deferred, which means they will get the ball to start the second half.
An argument to be made to keep running the ball for the Chiefs. Even if you don't make it, you force them to burn timeouts. And I think they want to begin to establish that, don't you? I mean, it can't always. They have so many great little gimmicky trick plays down here on the goal line, but sometimes you just like to establish your big guys up there.
A little bit more power. Remember, they get Edwards-Helaire back next week. Meanwhile, Williams doing a decent job tonight. Fake it to him, and Mahomes will loft one out of bounds. I'll say out of bounds. Halfway to Reno. 2nd and goal.
Well, you know they love this. They really do, and maybe there will be a time, but I think Orlando Brown and Joe Tooney and Creed Humphrey and Trey Smith have established the ability to some extent to go play some power football, and I think long-term that would really be beneficial for this Chiefs offense.
Totally brand new offensive line. Nobody from last year remaining. 2nd and goal. Mahomes floats one wide open. Tyreek Hill. Touchdown. So 2 touchdowns tonight for number 10.
And really the key to the play is the fact that Patrick Mahomes is going to roll to his right, because that draws the coverage up to him and just leaves Hill as open as he could possibly be out there. So once again, Andy Reid, he has as many plays down around that goal line as anybody I've ever seen.
8 receiving touchdowns now for Tyreek Hill, and Butker to try to make it a 10-point lead. Townsend holds it, and the Raiders will have 139 and 2 timeouts when they get the ball. Hill again to the end zone. 17-7. All the weekend, Mike, in the NFL. Raiders to get it. Minute 39. They have a pair of timeouts. Butker to kick off. Jalen Richard standing at the goal line. He'll bring it back from the 1. And gets tripped up from behind. Good tackle there. Stopped back at the 20-yard line by Marcus Kemp. So you go back, it's a tale of two generations. From the beginning of the AFL in 60 through 89, the Raiders pretty much dominated this series. But from 1990 on, this next generation, the Chiefs, better than 2-1 over the Raiders. They have really dominated. The Raiders have not really over the last 18 years done anything except that 1 year with Mark Davis is right there. Clark Hunt on the left, the owner of the Kansas City Chiefs, whose dad was one of the founding fathers of the old AFL. Carr fires, and that is incomplete. Matthew is right there trying to get it to Darren Waller. They've kept him in check tonight. He's caught one for 4 yards.
Tyrann Mathieu all over the middle of the field. Here's that matchup we were talking about with Darren Waller inside, and Mathieu has a lot of freedom in there, and he knows what that target's going to be. But so far, that's the first incompletion by Carr, and they've done nothing here tonight.
He's 8 out of 9. Now he's able to find his tight end Waller to make it 3rd down.
Henry Ruggs cut, and they really have not been able to solve on the football field his absence. Deep threat just not there right now.
Part of the reason they went out and signed Deshaun Jackson, who's been in for a couple of plays tonight. That pass is knocked away at the 35-yard line, trying to get it into Zay Jones. First time he's been targeted, and Fenton is right there, and that is a very fast 3 and out, and Kansas City is going to get one more shot at it.
Yeah, and Zay Jones is their deep threat right now, and you could tell there was no fear out there at all. Fenton all over that one.
So a 37-second possession, and Mahomes and company will get the ball and 3 timeouts. This time Cole gets it away, collected at the 30-yard line. 8-yard run back right there by Hughes. And only one time, and they made him get rid of it with alacrity on 4 occasions. So that tells you a very clean pocket. Once again, gets back up. Hardman for a short gain here, 2nd down.
Yeah, and I don't know what the average time of release would be so far, but he is playing in rhythm tonight and getting the ball out of his hands very quickly. And you got to look at Derek Carr there on the sideline. Extremely disappointing half, I have to say, for the Raiders with everything that's on the line right now. Their defense hasn't been able to get there. This great pass rush hasn't been able to get there, and they put nothing together, especially on 3rd down for the offense.
Raiders have only 82 yards, averaging less than 4 yards per play, and that's caught up at the 40-yard line and taken out of bounds is Byron Pringle, making it 3rd down and short. 3rd down and let's call it 2.
Yeah, Crosby is trying to work over there on Wiley. For the first time, they are not giving him help on the right tackle position against Crosby. Crosby comes with an inside move here and does get some help on the outside by the rookie Trey Smith.
3rd down, short 2, long 1. Take your pick. Quickly over the middle. Let him move the chains. That is Pringle making the catch. Takes it to the 46 of the Raiders. And Kansas City will take its first timeout with 37 seconds. There they are. Wiley and Max Crosby at Eastern Michigan. Great shot of them there. If you're wondering why Max has 2 X's, and there they are honored at Eastern Michigan. He was 11 pounds 9 ounces when he was born. Talked to him the other day. He said they had to break my collarbone when I came out of the womb. So here's a guy who started his life on injured reserve.
He should have been triple X then.
Yes.
He does say that his mother is his best friend, and deservedly so after that experience.
Oh yeah. From the 46-yard line, 1st down. Blitz coming. Mahomes under pressure, flips it away, gets it away, and it's incomplete. Dropped it at the feet of McKinnon. K.J. Wright, the longtime Seahawk, put pressure on 2nd and 10.
Yeah, this is a very rare blitz. You don't see the Raiders blitzing very much at all. And watch Wright here jump over McKinnon, who comes across the formation to pick him up. So generally, when the Raiders do blitz, a lot of times it gets there because you just don't really prepare for it.
Mahomes says to his right, keeps his eyes downfield, going deep and incomplete. Pringle was there, had a step that time on Hobbs, couldn't get it there. 3rd and 10.
Well, you do have to say so far that I think Mahomes is keeping an eye on Crosby out there with Wiley, but watch Wiley move his feet on this one. Gets the initial stop, and then when he does the spin back inside, that's fine. Patrick Mahomes knows how to do that. He can feel that pressure, especially to his open side there where his eyes are.
Good team. Fall down. Fall down.
Only a 3-man rush. 8 back. Still finds his man. Who else? Kelsey. Forward progress will net the first down, and another timeout is taken with 17 seconds as they get it very close to Butker's field goal range.
Waller over there, I don't think he's enjoying the Kelsey show, but it has been a Kelsey first half here. A lot of times they want to try and take a shot on him. They didn't do it that time. They actually have Levitt in the middle of the field, but he wasn't there soon enough. So I don't know what it is, but Travis Kelsey really has owned this Raiders defense, no matter who the coordinator's been.
Over the years, for sure. 7 catches tonight, 61 on the season.
So 1 timeout remaining, and they really could use a few more yards here for a field goal shot, although you never know with these guys. They may take a shot to the end zone right here.
This is key for the Raiders at this point. They do not want to give up 7.
No, I would not be surprised at all here with a little shot play and hold that timeout to get the extra yards for the field goal.
Sent 4. Mahomes shoots it underneath in the 30, now very much within range. Williams right there for the catch, and that takes us down to 6 seconds. Well, the clock keeps running, but they had taken the timeout. There'll be some time put back up on the clock. As we can tell you, it's the final game in South Bend this season coming up this weekend. Georgia Tech going to South Bend to take on Notre Dame, 2:30 Eastern on NBC and Peacock.
I'll tell you, Notre Dame's gotten a lot better over the year. They really have. They were in some close games early, and now they seem to be putting it together.
So Casey let the clock run down to 3 seconds, and now Butker for a 46-yard attempt. Made an earlier one from 40. James Winchester to snap it. Tommy Townsend to hold it. And Butker misses. Big break for the Raiders. Keep the deficit to 10. They get the ball in the second half. Coming up next to at halftime, Mike, Tony, and Drew back there. Tell you what's on top, guys.
All right, Al, that didn't work out for Kansas City, but something that you said in the pregame has. Travis Kelsey, a huge roller skating community. Weekend winners in Poland. Aaron Jackson won the 500-meter race Friday and Saturday. And 2018 Olympic bronze medalist Brittany Bowe won the 1,000 meters yesterday. Ocala, Florida. Give me a speed skating champions and perhaps medalist at the Winter Olympics beginning February 3rd, right here on NBC and Peacock. Vegas gets the ball. They're down 10, Tony.
Yeah, and they might want to cover Tyreek Hill with somebody. I don't know who.
Just a suggestion for you there, right? Al, Chris, and Michelle, the second half for you. from just off the strip in Las Vegas. Right after this.
Holmes to the end zone, touchdown, Tyreek Hill. Floats one, caught, Hunter Renfrow with a touchdown. Mahomes floats one wide open, Tyreek Hill.
Chevrolet, find new roads.
Halftime in Las Vegas, Kansas City on top by 10. Mahomes 198 passing yards, 32 more than he had all of last week in the game against Green Bay. Hill 49 TD receptions, 17 tied for the most in the league with Devontae Adams of the Packers. There's your tight end comparison. Another big night for Kelsey against the Raiders. Waller has been limited, and the Chiefs defense 14 points allowed in the last 6 quarters. So Chris talking about the fact they were improving. Al Michaels, Chris Collinsworth, Michelle Tafoya, and indeed they are improving.
Yeah, I think that the Chiefs are dead on their game plan here tonight. They're getting the ball out quickly. They're involving Kelsey, establishing a little bit with the run. And so far, the Raiders, the team that all season has gotten the ball downfield more than any other team, yet to throw a single pass 20 or more yards down the field.
Raiders get the ball. Butker to send it toward the end zone and through out to the 25. They go, and we go to Michelle.
Well, another big part of this first half, guys, is the excellent defensive execution by the Kansas City Chiefs. And I had a chance to talk with Anthony Hitchens this week. He pointed out that their defensive struggles to start the season were really nothing new. He said, we've been here before, at least once every season that I've been here. But Steve Spagnuolo trusts us to get out of it. We do the little things, spend extra time together in the meeting room. We can get on a roll. We're right there. This game is a big test. Can we turn the corner and then finish the season strong?
And a big first half for that defense, Michelle, as Carr starts with play action. Moves out of the pocket, and he'll run for close to a first down. We'll see where they spot that forward progress. There's Nick Bolton making the tackle.
Yeah, a lot of those young linebackers in there have earned playing time. Willie Gay, number 50, has been playing great. Nick Bolton's been playing great, but Anthony Hitchens is the veteran that can match the audibles that they were getting from Derek Carr. They spent a lot of time studying the television tapes of Derek Carr to get a feel for it, and really it's Hitchens that they trust most with the defensive options.
Second and inches, do they give it to Jacobs? Indeed they do. And he reverses direction. It picks up enough for a first down. McGay making the tackle there.
But you start to think about this Raiders offense. What are they going to do? They don't have the deep threat that they once had. And so now what do? I think there's just a couple of options. One is Darren Waller, who you can flank outside and use his size and speed to try and get up over the top of one of these defensive backs. Or else you just got to try and take a shot eventually to Zay Jones, but they just have seemed unwilling to do it.
First down, pass caught here. Renfrow stop at the 41. So we talked about Deshaun Jackson, who has only been in camp for a few days. He's going to come in right now. This will be his 7th snap. Was with the Rams, had a couple of big plays there. Wasn't working out for him. Got his release. Nobody else picked him up. Got to pick and choose. Opted for Vegas.
But there's nothing wrong with just using that speed to open up Waller underneath. You shoot him down the middle of the defense, hit a crossing route into Waller, all of a sudden you have something going on offense.
Carr. That's caught downfield. Zay Jones finally able to get it to him. And a first down inside the 40-yard line. Gain of 22 on the play.
So exactly what they did. So what they do is bring Deshaun Jackson into the game. He got jammed early. They use that speed, draw that safety back towards him, and then hit Zay Jones on the crossing route instead of Waller. But that's what you're going to have to do. Just because Jackson may not know the playbook, you can still use that speed to open some things up.
Perfect example right there. Jones's first catch of the night.
50-50.
Carr has completed 11 tonight to 7 different receivers. Deep downfield, that is caught, and taking it to the end zone is Brian So the Raiders, a mighty struggle in the first half, come flying out of the box and go 75 yards in just a couple of minutes.
So look at what they did here, Al. So they flanked Waller out wide like we were talking about. And what did it do? Now you're going to open up the middle of the field because the safety's not there. He's overplaying Waller. So both times they used the speed element of their receiving corps to open up other guys.
Daniel Carlson makes it a 3-point game. Just like that, it tightens up. Took less than 3 minutes to go to the end zone. 17-14. The WNBA's Las Vegas Aces, a team that's owned by the Raiders owner Mark Davis. 17-14, kick fielded 5-yard line by Byron Pringle. Runs into his own man, and down he goes at the 18-yard line. Back we go to the touchdown.
So Darren Waller's over on the left, and it's going to draw the safety that way. You're going to see the middle of the field just pop wide open here, and it really was well set up by Brian Edwards because he came off almost like he was going to be blocking, just sort of slowly coming off. Now zip right past the linebacker, Anthony Hitchens, for the big play. That was a great sequence of play calling that time.
Edwards, South Carolina's all-time leader in catches and yards. And a 6-yard pickup here by Darrell Williams.
Derek Carr. Sometimes you just see those halftime adjustments come out. Give some credit to offensive coordinator Greg Olson as well. They understand, okay, we are different now on offense. We don't have the speed element that we once had. How can we play around that? And they did it perfectly on that drive.
Using Jackson to, if nothing else, open it up. 2nd down and 4. Mahomes. Pressure there. Oh, almost picked off at the 30-yard line. Casey Hayward, the veteran, been around 10 years. Packers Chargers, comes over here. Almost had the pick. 3rd and 4.
I tell you, Casey Hayward's had one of those years, just been amazing this year, statistically, literally off the charts. We're going to give a little assist right there to Corey Littleton, who bumped the receiver as he came across, and oh boy, Hayward just missed setting this place on fire.
Got in the way of Tyreek Hill. You got a bunch, 3 receivers to the right, Kelsey's to the left. Crowd in full throat right now. Mahomes fires. That's caught wide open. Making that grab is Robinson. Came out of that bunch before he's forced out of bounds and has to jump over the bench. Almost winds up in the front row. Gain of 13.
Yeah, it's the same sort of thing now in reverse for Andy Reid and the Kansas City offense. Can you establish somebody other than Kelsey and somebody other than Hill? Because if you do at least have that faith, you know going into that route, you're going to get single coverage on any of those other receivers.
That means Hardman, Pringle, Robinson. Collectively, they've caught 5 tonight. Williams goes to the outside and runs into a bunch of Raiders, and now you've got a little extra stuff at the end. Looking for a flag, and they do get one. So they had him stopped.
Personal foul. Defense number 98. 15-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
Double X Max Crosby.
I think that's a frustrated Max Crosby that he hasn't had a bigger impact so far. I mean, clearly, even I could hear the whistle up here. Sometimes you say, they never blow the whistle. You can't rely on that. But everybody understood that one. But there's such passion. Those two guys, I tell you, Max Crosby and Yannick Ngakoue, they compete every day in practice. They're just wild men. They really drive this entire defense, and you can just feel the emotion coming out of the Raiders coming out of halftime.
Moves the ball into Raider territory to the 49-yard line. Swinging out here. Williams will pick up the first down and a few more. So Williams tonight, 9 rushes, and that's 7 catches for him.
Yeah, they're playing a 3D zone defense, but the same thing is true. Everybody is deep, so everything underneath is open if Patrick Mahomes is patient enough to take it. And in games past, or at least the last few games, he has not been. In this one, he has and has looked great.
95 yards from scrimmage for Darrell Williams. Here's Hill. Starts to stumble, loses the ball, but picks it back up on a bounce and taken down a little shy of the first down. And a flag is thrown on the other side of the field. Mahomes pointing in a favorable direction for Kansas City. Bill Vinovich.
A little late hit, maybe out of bounds.
No.
Offside.
Okay.
Defense number 97 lined up in the neutral zone. Penalties declined. Result of the play, second down.
Stadium square.
Yeah, and this is where I would love to be a play caller right here. You're second and very short. Now defensively, you almost have to assume they're going to take a shot in the end zone. If you want to run for a first down, they're almost going to give it to you here.
No flag on Hobbs there. All right, play caller, what are you doing?
If they stay single high, I'm taking a shot with one of my speedsters outside. There's Hill in the slot.
They say single high here. Instead, keep it on the ground. Running for a first down is McKinnon to the 19-yard line.
Yeah, that's the old RPO look right there, and it has fundamentally changed since the Kansas City Chiefs have been running this thing. Basically, you have this hang player right here trying to take all these inside cuts, but look, you only have 5 people to stop the run. That's impossible. And then you're going to add a blocker from outside in, and Blake Bell, if they will stay with the run, it'll be there all night out of that RPO.
What? What?
8th play of the drive. Mahomes. An incomplete, good coverage that time. McKinnon blanketed by Corey Littleton, the ex-Ram. 2nd and 10.
Now, they had an attempted pick play on Littleton out there, but Littleton can run. That really has been the best part of his game over the years. And Gus Bradley on the sideline, knowing that his team has really captured the momentum here. Now, if his defense can pay it off.
I'm gone. I'm with the green.
Moving the pieces around on a 2nd and 10 over the middle. That's caught and taking it close to a first down. Tyreek Hill sprinting across the middle, turning the corner, picking up the extra yardage.
Yeah, nice job by Mahomes here, recognizing that they blitzed once again, and that was going to be able to create some one-on-one opportunities for his guys. So here, once they go ahead and send a couple of guys in here, now you've got the opportunity, a 5-man rush. You know it's one-on-one, and that's when you look for Hill. And I think instead of looking for Hill on the go routes all the time, give him some of those catch and run opportunities. He's brilliant.
Sprinting across the middle that time, Darrell Williams is the back on a 1st and goal from the 9-yard line. Mahomes chase, gets away, little shovel, drop. Noah Gray had a great block before. That time Ngakoue was chasing Mahomes. 2nd down and goal.
You just wonder now what's going on in the minds of these two coaches on the sideline. But Andy Reid, it's almost like watching one of those roulette wheels around here. Just anything can come up, right? And it's insane, all the different plays and different ways he has to attack a defense in red zone.
Even 0-0. That's incomplete. Pass thrown behind very quickly. Went for Noah Gray again. 3rd and goal. Kelsey was out for one play. He's ready to jog back in.
Take a look. I don't think Mahomes quite was anticipating that. And I wonder if did Travis Kelce get a little dinged up at the end of that first half? I saw him take himself out for one moment.
Yeah, he's back in now. to the left side. Got Pringle now outside of Kelsey. And you got being chased, and that'll stop everything because Crosby and Ngakwe were both coming across the line unimpeded.
Neutral zone infraction. Defense number 98. Unimpeded to the quarterback. 5-yard penalty. Still third down.
Yeah, this is probably what's changed most in the NFL over the past couple of years. No way they're giving these guys free plays. It used to be if a guy jumped off sides, he'd try to jump back. Now they say, don't do that. Don't give those guys a free play. Just keep on coming. We'll take the 5 yards.
Yep. Once you're guilty, just accept what you have to. You should get killed, obviously, by guys like Aaron Rodgers and Mahomes. 3rd and goal. Hand it on the end around into the 1-yard line goes Hardman. So they stop him there. 4th down and goal. You've got a 3-point lead. Andy Reid halfway through the 3rd quarter. I'm saying 99.4% he's going for it.
I think he's definitely going for it. You know, for the same reason we talked about in the first half. Worst case scenario, you leave it on the 1 and let your defense play a little bit. But boy, it's going to be loud down there right now.
And with 3 tight ends, Kelsey goes to the right side. Play fake, throw, caught into the end zone. That is Noah Gray. So the number 3 tight end on the depth chart makes the grab for the touchdown.
It's just a clever route. It really is. Watch Noah Gray go up and act like he's blocking and then make the break. These are the kind of details that put Andy's offense over the top. There it is, just that little hesitation. Makes the defensive back get a little flat-footed. You got your touchdown.
The rookie from Duke picked up a few tips along the way from Kelsey.
Probably just stole him.
Right. Prolonged him. Kick by Butker is good. 13-play drive. 8.
Never miss LeBron.
Can we do a promo or what?
You're going to get a cameo in that one. I guarantee you that.
I'm trying to get one.
You are the man.
With a $10 residual check. Another long Kansas City drive. And the Raiders to get it right now. And an opportunity for a run back for Richard from the 1-yard line. And he brings it back out to the 18-yard line. And he's down. Richard, who's the 3rd down back and the returner, took a big pop. And Brent Musburger.
Can he make an entrance or what?
No kidding.
He came into dinner like a storm. Had us all cracking up. He was great.
You're looking live at Brent. Now you're looking live, fortunately, at Richard coming out of the game. You know, the Chiefs, they're scoring drives tonight, 11 plays, 10 plays, and 13 plays.
Yeah,
they're churning it out.
They're doing what they've talked about. And Patrick Mahomes has taken it on himself and taken the blame himself that he had to change. He has tonight, and it's paying off.
New York.
From the 18, start with a little run here for Josh Jacobs, holding him pretty much in check tonight. 6 carries, 13 yards.
Yeah, and I think that really has been the key because Derek Carr 12 for 14, 126 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. But what they feared was Josh Jacobs getting it going. But I think this is a different defense now. They have people back healthy. They've ended up, they signed Melvin Ingram. This defensive line looks totally different now with Chris Jones back inside. All those elements are really working.
2nd and 9, off play action over the middle, getting free. Big gain, Brian Edwards, who scored that touchdown, and another chunk play for them as Edwards takes it out toward midfield And a gain of 24 for him.
Yeah, and Edwards is playing well, but little tip of the cap to Zay Jones, because now they're using their speed not to get deep, but to clear zones for those throws underneath. And Derek Carr throws those very well.
Edwards 3 catches tonight, all of them for 20 or more yards from the 43. Carr stepping up, keeps his eyes downfield, throws, caught, 20-yard line. DeSean Jackson, then he loses the ball at the 14-yard line. So he makes his first catch as a Raider, coughs it up. And that was Rashard Fenton who dislodged it. So a big gain for Jackson on his first catch as a Raider, and then he turns it over. KC gets it back. Play by Rashard Fenton to punch the ball out from behind on DeSean Jackson. It was going to be a 37-yard gain. Instead, it's a turnover. First of the night for the Raiders. KC takes it at the 27-yard line with 5.5 to go in the third quarter. Winner of the game, undisputed possession of first place in the very tight AFC West. Play fake. Hill, like Kelsey's, had big games against the Raiders. For him tonight, 6 catches for 52 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, now we're going to do the RPO on this side of that drop down safety. Usually they throw it if he reacts to the run, does not, so they threw it on the opposite side. So the evolution of what the RPO has become with the Kansas City Chiefs just keeps expanding.
Little flip here. Darrell Williams taken down. Let's go back to the DeSean Jackson play.
Yeah, first of all, Tyrann Mathieu almost had that one. He was going for the interception. So they take a deep shot. Absolutely. You have to back a defense off every once in a while. Good move by Jackson. Mathieu actually had his hands on that one, but it looked like Jackson got a little disoriented. And when he did, Rashard Fenton came in from behind with a perfect punch out to go get the football.
2nd and 8. Williams has been a workhorse tonight. Carried 11 times and caught 7 passes.
Really cool trap play here. Joe Tooney, the left guard, is going to come across and kick out over here on the other side. Solomon Thomas. You think you've got a straight line to the quarterback? Not so fast, my friend.
Thank you, Lee Corso.
I love that.
You gonna put a hat on?
I'll tune in just to watch that.
Okay. 3rd down and 2 at the 49. They clock at 1. On the snap, deep drop. Mahomes over the middle. Caught. Hill. Tyreek Hill on the outside. Mahomes placing it perfectly for 29 yards to the Vegas 20-yard line.
I just love the mindset there. You always could have gone for that on 4th down, but this is the only time you're ever going to get one-on-one for Tyreek Hill when it's 3rd and short, so why not? Inside release, back outside, take your shot. I tell you, this looks like the Kansas City Chiefs offense that we've been watching over the last couple of years here.
Mahomes has now thrown for 295 yards. Williams nowhere to roam when a flag comes in. It's against Kansas City. That was a loss of 4.
Holding, offense number 77. 10-yard penalty, repeat 1st down.
Vinovich looking over to the bench. You want the play or you want the penalty? That's on Wiley.
Yeah, Wiley's going to try and jump outside here to create the running lane, but as he did, Crosby went inside and then he got the hook. So going to go ahead and take that. I didn't know if they would take that or not.
You know, I'm thinking the same thing. Would you rather have a 1st and 20 or cost them a down and make it 2nd and 14?
Plus you just open up more space now for Mahomes.
I'm with you. And already in field goal range. 1st and 20 from the 27. Williams picks up a few down to the 23.
Let's take a look at the Walmart Plus 4K Sky. Against his old college teammate, Andrew Wiley, on the outside. It really has been a good battle all night long. But I have to say, whenever you've got your third tackle in the game and Crosby hasn't dominated, that's a pretty good sign for the Kansas City Chiefs. And little credit, though, to Patrick Mahomes. He has gotten the ball out very, very quickly tonight.
Under the 2-minute mark, third quarter. 2nd and 17. Flip it out here to DeMarcus Robinson. And he gets spilled at the 18-yard line. Went down and live it. So 3rd and long.
Now, there just are not enough guys to do the double teams, right? And anytime you want to double team somebody, the other guys are going to be open. And Andy Reid's taken full advantage of that tonight. But desperate times now for this Raiders defense. Whatever their best call is, they need it right here.
Yeah, 7 of 11. You're having a good night. Good numbers in Vegas, too. On the come-out roll anyway. 3rd down and 10. Mahomes being chased all the way to the boundary and flings that one about as far out of bounds as you can. Max Crosby. Double X. Chasing him out. 4th and 10.
Yeah, another good inside move here by Crosby, but Patrick Mahomes going to escape and then double right back into Crosby. I think he probably went over there and went, oh, wow, why did I do that?
Butker comes in. This will be a 35-yard attempt. Made from 40. Missed one at the end of the half from 46.
That was a big stop, though.
Nothing else. It will keep it a 2-possession game. Townsend puts it down. And Butker bangs it through with 58 seconds. 27-14. Another great big thank you, obviously, to the veterans. Veterans Day last Thursday, 11th of November. Rashard got hurt on the run back, so they have Drake back there. And he lets it go through the end zone, and we go downstairs to Michelle.
Yep, that's what happened. Rashard went back to the X-ray room. He is questionable with a rib injury. Remember, they had also lost Alec Ingold earlier in the game to a knee injury, so that, you know, backfield a little bit thinner. Josh Jacobs and Kenyon Drake, the only 2 running backs available now, Al.
Yeah, Michelle, he's the 3rd down back return man. Back being checked out as this drive starts in the final minute of the 3rd quarter from the 25-yard line. On the ground, Jacobs. Gain of a couple.
Yeah, Darren Waller is the superstar here on this offense. And we've seen him working on the outside a little bit, but when he's come back inside, Tyrann Mathieu and this defense, they've had him pretty well wrapped up. And so they haven't gotten anything going with the running game, and they've taken away Darren Waller. That's a big chunk of this offense.
187.
Carr chased out. Has to fling it away. Go to the tight end comparison. Kelsey, another huge night. 7 catches, 89 yards. Meanwhile, Waller, 2 catches for 11 yards. Coming into the game, their leading receiver with 64 catches and almost 500 yards on the season.
Yeah, and the problem is right here. It's 3rd down. So far, the Raiders 1 for 5 on 3rd down. Kansas City and Kelsey 7 for 12. That's where this game is being won. They need to convert a 3rd down.
Now by 13. Thrown up. Just a prayer is thrown up there. And all kinds of white shirts around, and that's going to result in an interception at the 44-yard line. He was under pressure, was Carr, and Daniel Sorensen among the quartet of Chiefs were there. Jarran Reed forced that issue, forced Carr to throw a moon ball.
Jaron Reed's had a big night tonight. It's going to get his hand on the arm of Derek Carr, but I'm not so sure that wouldn't have been intercepted regardless. That was a hope and a prayer right there.
Totally. Thornhill could have picked it as well. Edwards was down there, had no chance, and it's a second turnover for the Raiders.
Almost a little happy for Daniel Sorensen. He has had a rough go this year.
Yeah, it started out well, but the pass rating against him in coverage is 158.3, otherwise known as the worst or the best if you're the passer. Wow. Man bites dog. Kelsey dropped the pass.
There's Daniel Sorensen. He's had a few big plays go against him, and he's going to talk about that one for a while now. He said that was a punt coming down. Just had to make it. But you can see, too, teammates know. You know, they read newspapers. They see what's going on the internet and social media. So he's had a lot of great plays for Kansas City. Just this year's been one of those years.
Yeah, it's been anti-social media for him. Second down and 10 at the 44. Going to be collected to end the half right there by Robinson. We played 3. It's 27-14. All of the teams at the moment have 5 wins, but one of these teams tonight, barring a tie, will go to a 6th win. The winner of this game is an undisputed possession of first place. What a reversal of fortune. A couple of weeks ago, what's wrong with the Chiefs? They're in last place. Can they possibly catch up? They could be flying home to Kansas City tonight in the top spot.
Their defense has been so much better than what they were, and Patrick Mahomes is playing the game, playing the quarterback position the way that he should have been playing really over the past month.
Going for 308 yards, 31 of 44. The protection's been great. The pass downfield is a little bit long for Tyreek Hill. Had some position along the sideline. Mahomes couldn't get it there. It could be 4th down.
Well, I tell you, it's deadly when this guy does a double move on the outside, does it here. And I think that Mahomes could have put a little air under this one. Sometimes you want to throw a bullet out there, but when you get a guy as athletic and fast as Hill is, the only thing that he can't run down is a bullet.
Right? Snap. Tommy Townsend's going to throw, and it's going to be caught for a 1st down. Marcus Kemp makes the grab. So on a 4th and 7, Tommy Townsend throws it to the outside, and it's Kemp making the grab and picking up the 1st down, 17 yards.
Literally impossible if you are a single guy out there. A lot of times they'll put 2 guys out there on the gunner. A single guy, you have no idea, right? The other guy is going to go right to the sticks and turn around. And this was a fine throw right here by Townsend. Andy going for it all tonight. He is called
and as a shot to the heart. Rich Bisaccia, the special teams coach, and he gets burned on special teams as Derek Gore makes one of his rare carries tonight and is stopped to the line of scrimmage. And there is Dave Tope, the longtime special teams coach, and he's been terrific through the years.
Yeah, a lot of people thought he would have been a head coach by now. You know, we have seen special teams guys do very well, and certainly there is great love for Bisaccia here with the Raiders. But that guy has had a lot of success over a lot of years.
Had a few head coaching interviews, but nothing's panned out. 2nd and 11. Mahomes going for it all, and it is picked off. He doesn't intercept it. That's Merrick, who almost had it, juggles it. Some of the crowd, including me, thought he had picked it off for the moment, but incomplete. 3rd and 11.
I'm going to defend you. I'm going to say should have picked it off.
Should have, could have, off his helmet.
Yeah, double chance, and that it's been so rare that Mahomes has seen that single high safety back there. He couldn't wait to take a shot across the face. That's been their bread and butter forever. But he has been playing the game well and just needs to remain patient here.
3rd down and 11. Mahomes time. Escapes. Goes to the end zone. It's Williams there, and he makes the grab.
Oh, my goodness.
Darrell Williams, deep downfield for 38 yards, beats Jonathan Abram.
You got your second running back is going to go on a wheel route right down the field here. Mahomes going to scramble all over the place. So, of course, you're going to take a running back and just throw up a prayer and expect him to make a play like that. Are you kidding me? That is just fantastic for any wide receiver. But for a running back, look at this catch.
But hold everything here. Teams coming back up
on
to the 35.
The touchdown has been confirmed.
All right, now it's been confirmed. Okay. Teams are coming back. I'm thinking, was there a penalty on this play? No. But they went all the way back almost to midfield. And maybe what they were looking at too here, he was real close to crossing the line of scrimmage. The red line there.
All he has to do is have that back foot behind the line, and he's fine, and he's fine, and he's fine, and the heck with all that patience stuff.
The back heel.
Wow, what a show tonight by the Kansas City Chiefs, and in particular by Patrick Mahomes.
And how about Williams with 101 receiving yards? Kelsey has 89, Hill has 83, and the running back with 43 on the ground and triple figures in the air. Butker. $20-point game. So Townsend, the fake punt, that was the killer for the Raiders. Here it is right here. Low snap. Perfect throw right there. First down, and then the catch for the score by Williams to the state championship game, which will be played in the stadium this coming Thursday. Helmets there representing the local high schools. So, got a Green Bay jersey there. They won today. Beat Seattle.
Got the Pro Bowl quarterbacks right there.
Right, Pro Bowl here on February the 6th. Keep fielded at the 3 by Kenyon Drake. Nice tackle up the 20-yard line. Tackle there by Armani Watts.
So Chris Jones plays all over, right? We've seen him play in, we've seen him play inside. And it's changed as the season has gone along. He really started on the edge, on the outside. And then week 7, back inside a little bit more. Week 8, a little bit more. And then week 9, when they made that deal for Melvin Ingram, that really did the whole thing. Tonight, he's been a little bit more balanced. He's been playing both here this evening.
6th year in the league out of Mississippi State. Carr flushed out, was caught, and fighting for a first down is Waller.
And then tonight, really, it has been fairly balanced. So maybe that ultimately is going to be what he does. He did tell us that, you know, getting a chance to play on the edge, at least physically, is much easier. You don't feel the brutal pain of playing that inside tackle position, or as Al calls it, the 3 technique.
Who calls it? 3 tech. On 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line, that's Hunter Renfrow. 2nd down.
It's got to feel good for those two guys, huh?
Oh yeah.
You just, even in our meetings with them, you could just hear or feel them rolling their eyes like, oh God, you guys are asking the same questions.
Carr under pressure, throws into a lot of traffic again. Waller was surrounded by 3 Chiefs. Jones that time, speaking of Jones, forced the issue with Carr. 3rd and 5.
Yeah, Chris Jones with a nice move inside, and then here comes Waller screaming down the middle of the field, and just not enough space. He's been opening space for other people, but there's Chris Jones trying hard to not land his full body weight on top of the quarterback and get the penalty. I personally think this is a different defense when Chris Jones plays inside as opposed to on the edge.
And then the 3rd down, they've converted only 1 tonight on their first 3rd down opportunity. Again under pressure, throws it up, incomplete. You had Snead blitzing. There's Matthew down on 1 knee. And Carr under pressure again, 4th down.
Yeah, this is where they play games with you in Kansas City. They're going to show a lot of pressure over here, but drop back and bring everybody over here on this side. Just overwhelm the protection and get the free runner coming right at Carr, who again is just going to throw it straight up in the air.
Cole's boot, going to let it bounce and goes into the end zone. 11:48 to go. The matrimony
position the way it should be played. You want to give me the short, quick throws? I will take them. Thank you very much. 4 touchdowns, no interceptions, a fantastic night. And then once they started getting reeled in, he cast it out again over the top and did some fishing for touchdowns.
Yes, he did. Great protection by that offensive line. No sacks, only 2 hits and 47 dropbacks.
Neutral zone infraction. Defense number 92. 5-yard penalty, still 1st down.
It's on Solomon Thomas. 3rd down has been so important tonight. 8 of 14 are the Chiefs. 3 and 3 on 4th down. Raiders 1 of 7 on 3rd down. 1st and 5. Here's Gore. And fights his way to the 29. One thing that tells you is at the time of possession. You look at the time of possession, you can't convert on 3rd down. The time of possession will be 30 minutes for Kansas City and 18 or so for Las Vegas.
Well, and eventually the defenses have to change, right? I mean, you just can't give up 4 touchdowns and no interceptions and get slaughtered out here. So now they start to blitz and they start to take chances and they start to give you man coverage. Now you take your deep shots. And I think that watching Mahomes play quarterback tonight, I think he really understands that now.
Pringle escapes the tackle. Hayward couldn't knock him down. He gets the 1st down out to the 37-yard line.
And what did Patrick tell us? It's against my nature, you know, to play like that. It really is. Raiders with another defensive back down.
Facing. No, that is Hobbs. It is Hobbs, the rookie.
Good-looking rookie, too.
Oh, yeah. Picked him in the 5th round out of Illinois.
Yeah, it really was. He has turned into that guy in the slot that has just surprised them all. Just couldn't have anticipated him playing as well as he has and facing on the outside. They brought in Desmond Trufant to try and be the guy to compete against Faison, but Faison's been so good he's kept that job. So they're gaining a lot of experience on the back end. Trayvon Merrick has been fantastic at free safety.
Gore made his NFL debut in the Giants game. Again, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, their #1 back, has been hurt. He was a possibility to play tonight, but Andy said we'll just wait another week or so, and they go home next week, and they're home for the next 3 games, and the bye is in between, so they won't go to the airport for a month. Brett Veach is the GM who helped construct this team, which has been to the last 2 Super Bowls. 2nd and 6. And again, chugging his way for a gain out to the 45-yard line. Gore again. 3rd and 2.
And Brett Veach put together this offensive line that has really opened up some possibilities in the passing game for Tyreek Hill and others. But Orlando Brown, no question, the 2nd half of the season has been a different guy playing that left tackle position. Joe Tooney's always great. Creed Humphrey, you hit on it. We have him graded as the top center in all of football. And Trey Smith providing that power along right beside Creed Humphrey. So they really have a lot of good things going on, and they get their guys back healthy. It's going to be even better.
3rd and 2. Here's Kelsey. 1st down and much more. to the 25-yard line. So they have 2 receivers now in triple figures, Kelsey and Williams. That's 30 yards right there.
And Kelsey once again blocking first, helping his tackle, escaping late, and then the run after the catch. He is simply the best at the tight end position. Once he gets the ball in his hands, he has been for a long time. And it's amazing sometimes you help your teammate, you try and help Andrew Wiley on the edge, and it ends up being big passing plays for you.
To the ground again, chewing up the clock. McKinnon for a few. Mahomes on his way to a possible 400-yard night. Long night for that Raider defense. Came in, they were right in the middle of the pack, 16th in yards, 15th in points, dead center, but toward the bottom against the run, pretty good against the pass, but not good tonight in either category.
Should we be rethinking who the favorite is in the division now?
Immediately,
yeah.
if not sooner.
If not sooner.
Fake toss, Mahomes, and there is a touchdown to Byron Pringle. 5 touchdown passes for Mahomes. 406 yards for Mahomes. And it's a rout.
You can see Jonathan Abram right back here is going to be drawn up by this fake little pitch to the outside. And that allows Pringle to just go right over the top. They really just have them confused at this point. And again, you have to make the obvious statement that when you can throw it short and you can run the football like they were on that drive, that is when the big plays happen.
So long drives, chunk plays. You got coming across the line from the outside. Flag is thrown before the extra point attempt. Smile from the backup quarterback, Chad Henne.
Neutral zone infraction. Defense number 39. Kansas City is elected to take the penalty on the 1-point try. We're still the try.
Tough special teams night tonight for the Raiders, for sure.
Well, again, that really has to hurt Bisaccia, who's been such a special teams maven through the years, and watching his unit get torched.
Yeah, they're aligning. Somebody's wrong here.
Yeah, I look at penalty, but there's Dave Tobe on the other side. His unit doing a great job.
I think this has been a stunning result for the Raiders. I don't think they anticipated anything close to this. The defense of the Kansas City Chiefs, yeah, they had a couple of good games, but against offenses you just weren't sure, you know, Green Bay without Aaron Rodgers, the Giants. But they come in here and really do a number on this Raiders offense, and I think that is maybe the best of all news that's coming out of here, is that maybe the growth of the defense of the Kansas City Chiefs is in fact real.
The penalty will be assessed on a kickoff. Extra point is good. There'll be a little different dissection. Najee Harris, the rookie rushing back, 105 yards today. A tie in overtime against Detroit on a very sloppy field at the end. Minnesota upset the Chargers 27-20. This race in the AFC West, as we've told you a couple of times tonight, tight as it gets, but Kansas City right now on the verge of going into first place by themselves. Raiders cold streak in the division. The last AFC West championship, 2002. They went to the Super Bowl, lost to Tampa Bay. The Chargers have won 5 division titles. The Broncos have won 6. And the Chiefs have won 7 since the Raiders last won the AFC West. One winning season in the last 18. On first down, Carr throws. And Renfro takes it out to the 30-yard line. You know, Chris, they've gotten off to really good starts in recent years and terrible finishes.
Yeah, it's a hasn't been good. I really expected much more out of the Raiders tonight. I have to say that.
We did. Renfro picks up the first before he gets tackled there by Watts.
You know, maybe it's just too much. You know, all the things that have happened this season. It's just too much to expect.
Well, it started with the resignation of John Gruden. Henry Ruggs and Damon Arnett and all the rest of Carr out of bounds. They seemed, you know, we were there the other day at camp, and as I said at the beginning tonight, they were trying their best to separate what was happening off the field, which was a ton, to playing football. But you're right, maybe it's too much. There's Mike Mayock, the general manager.
Yeah, it is. And you know, it's such a fine line in this league. Any advantage you have is a slight one. And some of those advantages go away, and certainly they did for the Raiders.
3rd and 2.
Tough.
Yep.
There's Chris Jones inside. Had the conversation with him, and a lot of times he plays so high. No football coach would teach this. Watch him sort of stand up on this pass rush, but he gets his eyes on the quarterback, and he gets a lot of hands on the football. You can think back to the Super Bowl. Really, arguably, you could say he won that game with a couple of deflected passes in the 4th quarter.
Came from behind to beat the 49ers in that one. 3rd down and 2. And Carr will have that one. Yeah, there it is. It's the Cornella. 4th down.
Tumbo with another block here. If he doesn't get the pressure, he's looking at the eyes of Derek Carr and times it perfectly again.
So they'll go for it here. What's to lose with 6:16, 4th and 2. Can they convert? And they can, because that's Waller. They're picking it up in dribs and drabs here with 6 minutes to go.
Yeah, whatever they have to do, they have to come up with more answers to get Waller more involved. He is the Kelsey/Hill of the Raiders, and I'm not so sure I wouldn't play him more outside than inside at this point.
Look for it maybe next week against Cincinnati. They'll be here. Drake makes the catch. They play Cincinnati, and then it's going to be a short week. We used to go to Dallas for the Thanksgiving game down there.
Because as we saw coming out of the second half, that when Waller is outside, he draws 2, because nobody wants to try and play him one-on-one. He's too big. And if you're going to draw 2 to one side, that's going to open up other things for other people.
Convert here as Drake takes it to the 39. Speaking of the schedule, so you've got Kansas City against Dallas at home, then a bye, then Denver and Vegas at home. Don't go on the road again until week 15 at the Chargers. Cincinnati comes here for the Raiders, then at Dallas, and back home with Washington. And this is Jacobs. So all this will look better on the stat sheet, but the lot was cast earlier on. 500 yards of offense tonight with Kansas City to 286 for Bisaccia's Raiders.
Yeah, and we're seeing the coaches that we're used to seeing on top, like Andy Reid, starting to assert themselves. Bill Belichick with the Patriots, they're getting hot. The Steelers are hot. Lost Roethlisberger today. That hurt them.
Yep. On the COVID list. Don't know whether we'll see him next week or not at this point.
But you see those teams as we get closer to Thanksgiving. Every year they make runs, you know, and that's the reason it's the same teams in the playoffs a lot of times, because great coaches, great systems, great quarterbacks, good things work out. Don't hurt to have a good 3 technique either.
There you go again. Listen, you used to high point the football, didn't you? Yeah. Renfro takes it to the 7-yard line. So 1st and goal. on this drive.
It's going to be the first press conference that Patrick Mahomes has been looking forward to in a bit of time.
Yeah, he has to feel a lot better after this game than he has in the last few weeks.
No question. Not that, he's folding under the pressure or anything like that. He knows who he is.
It's caught at the 10 and nowhere to run there for Josh Jacobs. Second down and goal.
Something special, isn't he?
Absolutely.
So many different ways, but so many times, he started off with a left-handed pass here tonight, but so many times to get to the greatness of those guys, I always felt this way about Aaron Rodgers too. To get to the greatness, you need to stay within the offense with those quick throws early, control the rush, and then do your thing.
Second and goal. It's fired into the end zone and caught there for the touchdown. But a flag is down.
Holding. Offense number 75. 10-yard penalty. Repeat second down.
That's Brandon Parker, and that takes that TD away.
On the outside playing right tackle, and that has been the question. They started with Leatherwood, the rookie, out there. Let's take a look here. Yep, a little yank there. He did the pass rush, and don't forget that Denzel Good and Richie Incognito were supposed to be playing the guard and Leatherwood the tackle. They lost those two guys early.
That's dropped. Exasperation. Well, we're in Vegas. I wish I could tell you that something was in play, but this game is over. We know it's been over with a capital O, and a cover. You know what I'm talking about.
I do. I learned it all this trip.
Yes, you did.
From you. Richie Bisaccia, boy, do they love him here in this building or not? I mean, he's one of those guys they're very passionate about playing for, and this one's going to sting.
Third and goal from the 20.
Hey, Brian, he comes, run and look. Carol.
And Carr's going to get sacked to 25. That's Derek Nottie who's there. And this nightmarish performance here continues for this team. They have a 14-play drive. Not that it means anything at this point. And it's a fourth down and goal.
How about Derek Nottie? Got his second sack of his career against the Giants and comes back with the third sack of his career here. It's just been one of those nights. It's all working.
Coming down to the 2-minute warning. Not soon enough. Flag. Free play. And it would have been picked by
offside.
Kansas City, but
defense number 97.
Didn't matter.
5-yard penalty. Repeat fourth down. This is a 2-minute warning.
Yes, it is. With 1:57 from goal here as Carr is flushed again against the grain, directing traffic. Throws up a prayer, and it's batted down. Mike Hughes was there. Meanwhile, some of the rest of the stories this weekend. How about Cam Newton? Gets signed the other day. Runs for a touchdown on his first rush. Throws a TD on his first pass of the season. I think he shook off the rust in about 8 minutes. Jets first team to allow at least 45 points 3 times in a 4-game span since the '66 Giants. Yuck.
Have you seen more up and down play and weird results and teams getting blown out one week and then coming back and winning big the next? It just seems like an incredibly unusual year.
Well, last week was crazy. This Carolina rips Arizona. Meanwhile, look at this. You got McKinnon to the 40-yard line. Chad Henne is now the quarterback. He'll fill in at the end. Padding the stat sheet right now. How about the fact that Tyreek Hill has 83 yards tonight? He's their third leading receiver. You had Kelsey catching 8 for 119. You had Williams 9 for 101. And this guy's the third guy on the block.
Yeah, and if you had fallen asleep for the last 3 weeks, you would go, what are you talking about? Of course, that's the Kansas City Chiefs play like this all the time. They just haven't been for the last 3 weeks.
A couple of kneel downs will end this one. And with only the Rams and 49ers on the docket, this will take us just about to the end of week 10. Of course, 18 weeks this season with a 17-game schedule. Pro Bowl here in February. Talked about that. The draft will be here next April. It was supposed to be here in 2020. And they were telling me at that point they were expecting almost 500,000 people to come to Vegas for the draft. I think normally it's around 300,000 per weekend on a regular weekend.
Anyway, I won't be here for that.
No, you won't. 41-14. Andy Reid wins another game, puts him in front of Curly Lambeau for regular season wins. He knocks Curly down into 6th place on that list, which is headed by Don Shula. Different atmosphere this time around other than last year when nobody was in here.